What it do? This is your boy, KQKC Boxing Network. And yes, we are working back again. Now, if you haven't subscribed to KQKC Boxing Network, this will be a good time to subscribe. And hit the bell icon. And that way you will get notified each and every time I go live every day. Each time I do a video, like now, and every Saturday night when I call a fight, play by play, and blow by blow. And yes, you also can join me on Sunday mornings with me and my co-host, Knockout Boxing 86 TV. We change his platforms, so therefore you have to subscribe to him and me, because we both go back and forth each Sunday. We do a rotation. Now, let's get into the video at hand. KQKC is just about tired of the former fighters. I know. You all gonna say, well, KQ, these are former champions. They put on some good fights. Man, they brought us some good action. They did this and that. Yes, they did. But one key thing that you said, or have said, they used to be some great fighters, man. They put on us some good fights in the past. Yes, the past. The past. Every time you look around, you got guys like Antonio Tarver. Of course, you got Roy Jones Jr. Great in his time, yes. But in his time, things have changed. I don't care if it changes just a little minute. It changes. Just like the NBA and NFL. You have former champions in NBA. They asked Michael Jordan, could you play in this NBA today? He said, no, I couldn't. Now, has he said anything else? No. Sometimes you got to know when to shut up. You got to know that these are different eras. You have to understand it is different eras. Same sports, but different eras. And I think a lot of these fighters don't understand that. This ain't a continuation of Roy Jones versus Antonio Tarver. You can't substitute that with Fury and Wilder. No, they are 2 or 4 different men in 2 different fights. So, therefore, when you have an opinion, that's what it is, opinion. A lot of you all think that's facts. That's facts. No. Just like today on my show, I will explain to you how politically the pound for pound list goes. I will explain to you how when you do something and you fight a champion and you beat that champion ass that's on the pound for pound list, and how come your name don't end up there because you came out with a 3rd knockout in a row, but they exclude you on the pound for pound. Like in the words of Devin Haney, it's opinionated. And same with the former fighters. Sometimes you have to say, in my opinion, I like what I see and this and that. But when you got a guy has been used steroids before in the past, when you have a guy that hasn't really technical skills, and I'm not gonna name names because I don't want to hear your damn mouth. But please, give these guys respect today. Now, sure, I will admit, some of these guys today, they want to hold on to that old. Why? Because a certain fighter set that tone. That's why. A certain fighter set that tone that, hey, you got to be the greatest to go undefeated. But see, when you dig down into it, you know that's not really the case. Because sometimes when you fight the best and lose, that still make you a good fighter. Because you had the heart, you had the determination, you had the fortitude to go in there and fight the best. And they respect that. They respect that. Sometimes these former champions, some broke, some didn't manage their money right. Then they start hating on this promoter. Then next thing you know, they coming out talking about when I was fighting and this and that. You know, it gets old sometimes, people. And sometimes that's why boxing's in the situation it's in now. Sometimes you gotta get out and throw out the old and bring in the new. Now, I'm not saying throw them out and forget about them. You gonna give them credit? Yes. You give them credit where credit deserved. All these older fighters, Mike Tyson, he's a great heavyweight. The youngest heavyweight champion, yes. But he got flaws too. He a weed head. Antonio Tarver, great fighter. Great fighter. Moved up to heavyweight. Had a fight with Roy Jones. Got him out of there. He's a drug cheat. I can go on and on. But sometimes you have to understand this is a different era now. These are younger fighters. The lightweight division. I think Gervonta Tank Davis is the oldest. And now he wants, and I'm going to say this name, Antonio Tarver. He's pretty much placing Devin Haney above Gervonta Davis, which is okay. That's his opinion. But that doesn't mean that it is carved in stone. That doesn't mean that, it is set. That doesn't mean that he got credibility. He just like you and me now. Matter of fact, I think half of these guys don't even watch boxing no more. I know a lot of fighters say, man, I grew up in the gym. I went to the gym every day. I did this. I did that. I fought this person. I went to this country. I went this and that. Man, I don't even want to watch boxing when I get home. I don't even want to look at boxing. I don't even want to talk about it. But now, all of a sudden, and I blame the so-called old media and sometimes the new media for sitting here and saying, well, and print media too, because they print the shit too, what Antonio Tarver said, and Roy Jones, Mike Tyson, Floyd. Listen, I'm not going to call them has-been because they are great champions. I'm not going to take anything away from them that they have done. But their asses weren't perfect either. Now, of course, the younger fighters today, they are making their way. They are understanding that you got to be the best. What did I tell you the other day on my live stream? Everybody has the undisputed fever. Everybody got the unifying fever. That's a good thing. That means that you want that smoke. That means that you're willing to go through that fire to come out on the winning side. To come out and be able to fight the best of the best in your division. But if these new fighters start listening to the older fighters, then they self-esteem is shot. Do you understand? Roy, Floyd, Antonio, and the rest of you all? That you can destroy a fighter just by words? Just by picking someone over another one? Do you understand that? But then again, when you're talking about a fighter that don't make a difference to him, because they'll take that and use that as leverage. They would take that and make them motivated about what you said. So they out to prove you wrong. But not many can do that. We all laughed about Adrian Broner. Don't let his hands go after Marcos Madonna took that heart and pinned it up on his wall. Now, a lot of fighters, mentally, y'all know that old cliche? Boxing is 90%, 10% mental, you know, whatever, you know the various shit. So, what I'm trying to say is this. I'm tired of hearing this. I'm 55 years old. I seen what Roy Jones has done. I seen what Mike Tyson has done. I seen them in their high. I seen them in their low. I seen Antonio Tarver in his high and low. I remember Antonio Tarver couldn't even get a fight with Roy Jones. Now, no one to say Roy Jones was ducking, did they? If they did, not very many. And that's another thing I'm tired of hearing. Ducking, what's that other word? Ducking, you get what I'm saying. All right, put it that way. You get what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, now that you're older fighters, stop giving so many opinionated and putting one fighter against another. Why don't you do this? Give some damn advice. Go out there and say, hey, I would love to see this fighter fight this fighter. I think they both got great attributes. I think they both can put on a exciting show. I think both of them can fill the seats up. I think both of them can make some great money together. Besides sitting there and putting one over the other and critiquing one and slandering the other. Now, I don't know what happened in your career behind the scenes. But trust me, behind the scenes today, you are damaging a young fighter. So I'm here to say to you, to the LDBC, and to anybody that will listen, don't buy into the old fighters and what they say is gold. What they say is correct. What they say is 100% right. I don't blame Earl Spence. I don't blame what he said. And y'all know I'm not Earl Spence big, he's not my favorite fighter, let me put it that way. You know, I rock with the Charlos. But the Charlos are a different cut breed too. They were telling Antonio Carver in a minute, go fuck your bald-headed self. But, again, they shouldn't have to do that. Besides slandering these fighters, besides saying these fighters are not, this fighter can beat this fighter or that fight, give them some encouragement. These are champions at the age of 30, 34, 33. That's still young. So besides tearing them down, try to build them up. KQKC is tired. KQKC is tired of the criticism. KQKC, I am tired of the cynicism. KQKC, Want to see some mentorism? How about that? If you haven't subscribed to KQKC, make sure you do. If you don't want to support these young fighters, because sooner or later, these fighters is heating up. Boxing is heating up and boxing is coming back. So sooner or later, everybody's going to get what they want. Sooner or later, we're going to get the fights that we want to see. Sooner or later, it will be another era. And these fighters in this era, they need to learn from the fighters from the last era. Try to help the next one. Try to help and build them up beside tearing them down by the media or let the media take it and run with it. So sometimes you gotta keep your damn mouth closed. Now, what you say in your own home, that's your business. But when you out there in the public and you put one against the other and you saying one is better than the other, then you tearing that fighter down self-esteem. Or then again, it depends on the fighter. You might give him motivation. He might say, you know what? I'm going to prove his ass wrong. And good for him. I am KQKC Boxing Network. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe right now. Because today, I will be live at 12:35. We will be going over a lot of material today. We will be going over what Terrence Crawford has to say. We'll be going over Callum Plant. We'll be going over Jamal Charlo. We will be going over you guys' trainer and what he has against Boots Ennis. We will be going over all these and more on Straight Boxing Talk. And I'm talking about KQKC. That's what we do over here. Once again, shout out to the almighty LDBC. I have to say shout out to all my great subscribers. Thank you. Thank you for all the comments that you gave me on my mother's illness. Thank you. We're on our way to pick her up now. Everything went great. They kept her for observation. And we're on our way to get her now. And she's anxious to come home. So with that, we'll talk about that too. I don't have no shame because you all are my family. You all been riding with me from day one. You all, don't matter what's on, you're going to make sure you over at KQKC at 12:35 or 12:40. And I thank you. And we will be starting our giveaway back again. And I'm not going to forget you. And with that, that's all I have. I greet you with the ancient word of peace. We say it in Arabic. Assalamu alaikum. That means peace to you. Salaikum salam. Peace be with you. So, with that, I'm out of here. I'm on to the next one. If not, I will see you at 12:35. I'm out.